Please welcome Mark Held.
Hi. It's Mark Held, and I'm Chief Executive of the EOG and the EOG Association for Conservation. Nature is our business. And I've been in this industry for 28 years, and it's still a very high level of participation from the people working in the outdoor industry. We're all passionate about climbing, and we're all passionate about the activities we do. But yes, we do make products, and we do have to sell products. But essentially, it's been said by lots of other people, but if there's no nature, there isn't any business. The famous American cultural anthropologist called Margaret Mead said that please never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. So we are a small group of committed citizens. We might not change the world, but as I tell my son, we are doing what we can. So the goal of the Association for Conservation is to raise funds from the outdoor industry for the benefit of non-profit or charitable environmental organizations. Now, I have to say, when we started this, I also had to realize that I'm not an environmentalist. I've been in the outdoor industry for 28 years or 27 years. I'm a businessman, so what can I do about it? And we really came down to the conclusion that as a businessman, the best thing I can do is raise money and raise awareness. What we've done is a demonstration of the collective will of the outdoor industry and the determination of the sector to make a real contribution, and crucially, to make a contribution without expecting anything back. So members of the Association for Conservation are not allowed to use it as a vehicle for promoting either their products or their companies. They are allowed to promote the association, but they're not allowed to use it to actually sell more products. These are some of the members we have. They're not all of them, but we've got some pretty big organizations as part of the group. In addition, outside you'll find there's an exhibition of excellent photographs by a guy called Fred van Olphen. Fred van Olphen's been in this industry for about the same amount of time I have, and he started a shop called Beaver Zwerfsport in Holland, or the Netherlands. And Fred is passionate about the protection of the environment and passionate about the protection of the Antarctic area. So please, if you get a second, have a look at the photographs. The photographs are being sold to businesses to raise money for the association. Now, as an organization, we try and be as democratic as we can. So we actually encourage the members to nominate projects to us. And each member is allowed to nominate 3 projects. So we hope for projects from as far up in the north of Finland to right down to Spain and everywhere else. My role as the manager of the organization is to try and assess those projects against our criteria and to produce a shortlist. When the shortlist is made, we send that shortlist along with a description of the projects out to the membership, and the membership vote and tell me which projects they want to support. We actually donate grants of up to 30,000 euros for different projects. So what do we fund? We fund projects that protect threatened areas for their habitat, for their flora and fauna. We support projects that focus on the causes, that have the involvement of the local community, that are results-orientated, and that build consensus and support. We don't fund direct action in the form of violence or religious groups. We don't fund the purchase of buildings, although we will fund the purchase of land. So far, we've had 1 full project round, and we're in the middle of the second project round. We have 24 applications for funding, and so far we've funded 5 diverse projects, and I'll just tell you a tiny little bit about each one. The first one is the John Muir Trust. I'm sure many of you will have heard of John Muir. John Muir was an emigrant from Scotland to America, and he was one of the founding pioneers of the environmental movement in the mountains, and is credited as being one of the people that got America to establish the national park system. The John Muir Trust is based in Scotland, and they raise money to purchase threatened areas of wilderness, and there are still some wilderness areas in the UK, such as this, and they have areas like the Skye, Knoydart Peninsula, which is a fantastic area if anybody gets to go there, Assynt, Lochaber. They approached us to fund a project to rebuild a footpath on a mountain called Schiehallion. Now, Schiehallion is an amazing mountain, but it also has over 20,000 people going up it every year. And as a result, there is natural erosion of the footpath. So we joined with them to get a project to rebuild the footpath with natural materials and using local community to help and volunteers. Now, volunteering is a key issue of what we do, because we have a part of our website that is trying to get outdoor companies to engage with local projects and engage with local charities and get their people, their staff, to go and volunteer on them. And so far this year, I've been out in Ireland volunteering one of our projects during my holidays, I should have had. The next project is a project called Pro Mont Blanc, and this is an umbrella organization of Italy, France, and Switzerland to work together to protect the 175,000 square kilometers of the Mont Blanc Massif, which is seriously under threat. Under threat because it's an economically disadvantaged area, under threat from all sorts of intense pressure, and under threat through lack of coordination between the nations that actually make up the Mont Blanc Massif. And we funded a climate change study to try and assess the impact of man on this Mont Blanc Massif. The next project is based in the Tame Valley in Nepal. And it's an Italian-based organization that is working to try and reduce the impact of increased tourism in this lesser known of the Nepalese valleys. They do this by trying to educate the visitors to respect the local communities, not to interfere with the local communities, and where they do have an interaction with the local communities, to leave something positive behind. So this project has developed guides, special routes to keep people in certain areas, and has built a fantastic school for the local people up there. It's a tremendous project. Now, moving on, just to show really, I suppose, that the diversity of the type of thing we're interested in, last year I had a wonderful Irish woman come over to the outdoor show, and she sat there and gave a presentation to about 100 hardened outdoor people, all about butterflies and little black caterpillars. And you saw people sitting there thinking, what are we doing looking at caterpillars? This is an organization called the Irish Peatland Conservation Council. And they protect some natural wetland areas in the center of Ireland. There's a lot of wetland in Ireland. And in this particular one, they have a very, very rare butterfly called the marsh fritillary butterfly. And this is an incredible project, and I went out there to help remove invasive species for a while. And it's amazing the passion that people can bring to something as like these little black caterpillars. Now, I should say the next few photographs are from a Canadian project, which is to protect the boreal forest. And I'm not going to talk about the boreal forest campaign. I'll just summarize what I'm saying by saying the EOG Association for Conservation will definitely not save the planet. But we are, as I said, a committed group of citizens, and we're doing what we can to try and raise awareness, raise money, and to try and bring a whole range of key environmental issues to center stage within our industry. Lastly, I have to thank you all, because part of the proceeds from this organization, or the organization of this event, is going to our campaign. So my heartfelt thanks to everybody who's come. And I haven't talked about eco products, but an eco project. And I wish you all the best for the rest of the show. Thanks.
Thank you so much.